Hi there, everyone. I'm letting my Discord know. Letting my Discord know that I'm live. Alright, getting this all set up. Hi, Kanzi. Hi, MC. Okay, almost there. Let's wait for a few more people. Crazy rain. Alright, guys, I've been working on this in the background for a while now. Hours and hours, and I wanted to make a fun stream about this. This is going to be a video, but I have some things to show you. The first one is skee ball. I have been building this myself. I need, what is it, snowballs? But when you're on the pressure plate, hi Denali, welcome. I'm showing off some mini games that I've built, that I've been working on. This first one is very simple. It's skee ball, with each of them having increased difficulty, and the idea is to see how few snowballs it takes you to get that set up. So the way this works is it has detectors that'll set the lights off, and when you're on it, it locks. So when I'm on the pressure plate, that locks, turning the light on. But the second I step off the pressure plate, that disengages, and in a second here, I should see a snowball pop up. There we go. So the goal is to see how few it takes you to get all three lights lit up. Nice. And that took me 7 tries. 7 tries. Hi Frame Flame, welcome to stream. So that's skee ball, and then currently the high score is 7. But eventually it'll get down to 3, and I could add a hopper timer as well. And that's the first game. It's really simple. Just some light redstone, and then it runs down, and I have hoppers going under, so that when you're on this, it locks, because when you're off of this, I'm just gonna throw this in there. When you're off of it, it should just come straight out. So you have to be on the plate, so there's no cheating of, oh, I'm over here, I'm over there. That's terrible. I'm sorry. And then my second mini game is, actually, I like this one a lot. All of these are meant to play with multiple people, so once I'm finished, my goal is to make 4. So once I finish the last mini game, which you guys already know a little bit about, then I'll get some other YouTubers and we'll play. So this game requires a loyalty trident. Nice. And this is meant to be multiplayer or single player. So the idea is you and a friend are are stuck on opposite sides. Your friend would be over there. You each have a loyalty trident, and you're trying to light up. Oh wait, I'm in creative. This game doesn't work great in creative. You need to typically set your game mode to survival, so that you have to wait for the trident to come back. And you're actively trying to make an X, while your friend you're actively trying to essentially get Connect 4, while your friend is actively undoing the lights. And it gets more difficult the higher up they are. I can't hit it right now. Dang. It is possible, I have done it. Nice. And I'd probably do it with multiple tridents so that you're not waiting as long. But then see, on this side I can see those 4, and I can actively, if I can aim for anything right now, I can actively turn off those lights as someone attempts to do so, as someone attempts to turn them on. Another way to play would be with a hopper. This is a very simple, essentially timer, an hourglass sort of timer, and you could light it up and see how long it takes you to how long it takes you to do that. That took me a stack and 20 sand, which I would say is not that bad. And then you just disengage them all, or I could just... Hello, Aiden likes games. Seems like the yes, exactly. But the idea is you're both trying to defend and attack at the same time. So you have to balance it. All still up for tweaks. And then this game, actually I want to reset this. This game, I need to undo that. This game I feel like most of you will recognize. It's very simple. If I want to be on this side, if I want to be player 2, that's terrible building on my part, or player 1, or player 1, oh my gosh, that's actually really kind of bad. I'll fix that later. Or player 1. So if I'm going to be on this side, I go over here. I'd be in survival. So I'd break the pot with my fist. All 4. Hit the button. Open the door. Anywhere that there is a pressure plate, you can... Anywhere that there's a trapdoor, I'm spacing it out, you can place a pot. And then I'll come out here, and I'll come back over to my side. The other person will do the exact same thing on this side, take their pots, all that. But say I'm player 2 in this case, then we will be taking turns, shooting, and essentially playing Battleship. And you wait until you hear the break of the pot, where the pot is broken. And once all 4 pots are broken, the first one to break the other person's 4 pots loses the game. And that's very simple. That's how that game works. And then the crowning achievement of all of these games, the one I have worked the hardest on, hi Sword, welcome to stream, and I still have so much work to do on this. You can see the redstone, it's exposed, it's all this, is going to be pinball. The way that this works is there's going to be this setup over here, so you can be on a pressure plate, and you have to run on the pressure plate from pressure 1, 2, 3, 4 from different pressure plates, like so. That won't be glass. It actually might be over here in this corner, but you have to run on them to activate the rails to launch the minecart out and into the track, and then from there, I've set up clocks. If you look very closely, they shift. I have a bunch of etho hopper clocks hooked up under there with varying angles, so they shift so that this one is meant to not be super common because it's going to go all the way over and essentially be a skip. And then the way that this works, these are going to be either buttons or pressure plates. Buttons would make it more skill-based. Pressure plates would be a lot easier. I'd probably do buttons. So, hi Maced. So the way that this works, I still have a lot to set up here, and that's actually what I'm going to do for the rest of this stream. I'm going to work on building this. Shove it this way. I missed it. Shove it that way. It's going to come back over here. I'm working out the kinks, as you can see. And then, if you do this in time, the minecart will bounce off. And it will go back, and you've successfully, essentially hit the paddle and the flipper. But, if you don't, you lose. And it'll essentially just fall off down here into the track and go back to be set up over there. And this definitely will be a hopper clock type game to see how long you can keep it going and what the record is. This will probably take multiple stacks depending on what you want. But the underlying redstone for all this is a fantastic mess of signals and all of that just to get these simple changes to make it so it's not just going back and forth and back and forth. And that's what I want to work on today. Oh, nice. Potentially. So this can go back and forth. You could send it and it could go directly up here, or it could send directly back, and it's like it almost skips all those. So this will be the harder part, because if it's a button, you have to hit it at the perfect time. Because of this, say it goes like this. Because if the button is hit, it's a lot more difficult to spam a button, because even there it sets, instead of just standing on a pressure plate and being like, oh no, it's time to go over here, it'll be a lot more skill based. I'm planning to set up a bunch of lights and different things going on within photosensitive constraints that are me. But that's my plan for all this. So I figure I'll play all these mini games with oh, I want to undo that. And those are the mini games I've built so far, but I'd like to do multiple. These are going to be a video when it comes out, but I figure I might as well live stream while I'm working on it. So let's see. I'm switching this to levers for convenience at the moment. Set this up. I do need to get this set up. Nice. And then I'm going to have a bunch of similar things over here. I might make another one of those sort of skips over here in the corner so that it has a chance to come back up and over. Actually, that blocks a lot. I'd probably make it go up the wall here and then back over. And anywhere I have rails, I'm working on replacing it with purple. So maybe it comes here, and then I have some sort of skip with a lower chance of happening, although it could happen. Bring it back over here and up. And I could have this come... Shoot, I do need to change this. Hi, Mystery Saja. Wait a minute, if I power this block from behind, that does turn it on. And does it mess up my redstone? Because that's one of the difficulties, is see if these... Nice. So I'll probably bring this over here in some way or shape. Okay, that creates the skip, and it could wire... I have to make all the tracks so that it can go both ways, and that creates... Yes, that creates a little bit of a setup, so it's harder to see the minecart back under there, but that's exactly what we want to create. Hi, Kid Enderman. Yes, he was here. He might still be here. I do need to get this set up. Can I do that? No. So I do have to break the block. And people have made pinball before, but it's all heavily based off command blocks, which is why I decided to do the minecart and keep it less command based, so you could do it in classic survival world. You'd have to get a lot of materials, to be honest. This would cost quite a lot of iron. But this is the crowning game out of all of these. Those ones took some thought and a lot of work, but this, I've already spent hours working on this in different worlds and just to get it set up even, with much more complicated designs. But minecarts ended up being ideal. And this, I would unpower this, but this also powers that, so I need to have that there. But I want to mainly do, where are they? Waxed copper bulbs, because those only need one input signal, and then they can be, because I can go like this, and then they'll stay lit. How was my day? My day has been pretty good. Doing a lot of schoolwork today. So I'll build this to come back over here, and I'm gonna need to hook up this right here, so I'm gonna have to go all the way over here, and then I need to make sure I'm not breaking any redstone torches, any of that. And I do have all of these on different variables, so they're set to time differently, and some of them are set to turn on when others turn off, so it's not just going to be a all of them turn on and all of them turn off sort of situation. I need to get back under to the purple. That's purple, but I'm over here in the corner, so I need to get over here. Slash. Give myself infinite night vision, so, and the purple. Cool, this is gonna be nice. I'm gonna have a lot of space to work over here. My day was very reasonable, Kit Enderman. How has yours been? And then see, I can piggyback off of this. I'm trying to decide what part. I feel like I should mainly have it go forward this way and maybe piggyback off of this, so that it's mainly connected over to there, because I don't want it to be connected there too long. That's already too long. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, so that's 6 seconds, but I might need to, I don't like how it's longer on, it's equal on both sides. I want this to be a smaller chance of it coming directly back, because if not, you'll just be going in circles and circles and having to defend. So, in order to do that, I'm going to keep these long. Yeah, I don't want this to connect there. And I'm going to have it flip the signal. So then, that is less affected. Let's see what we've done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's still even. It's not ideal. I almost feel like it should be based off an observer signal and merely extended, because I do not want this to go for as long as it's going. I want it to be a quick flip. And then if I go over here and I lock it one shorter, one, shoot, so I need to lock it. I believe what I'm going to do is bring this out here, and I'm going to make it all up in this corner over here. Oh, youth group. Youth group's always fun. Okay, so extend this. 3. And then go back over here. And then I can go like this. Connect that up. To lengthen this. I need to lengthen all of these pretty much. Okay, so if we go like this, and we come up here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, cool. So then that's got a lower probability of happening, which is ideal. And then I'm going to bring this over here. I actually am going to derive the signal directly from this. Nice. And bring it right up to here with a redstone torch. Oh shoot, that's right there. I'm going to need to put that back over there. Does that still work? Yes, it does. I am making pinball. I'm working very hard to make pinball. And then, okay. Cool. So then this will be a normal rail, and that will have the so then when this changes, and it'll have this T section pretty much. I'm gonna, and then if I break that, that turns on. Or if I turn it off. Okay, so then if this flips, since it indicates this as the crossroads, hi cool crew, welcome to stream, it indicates this as the crossroads instead of this, but I can work with that because if that's that way, it'll still go straight. Meaning that when that's off, then it'll hit the curve and go off on the, so I want the low chance of it being lit, meaning that when this has a signal that gets run into it with a repeater, one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, great. So I've been playing this game a long time, and if I don't know something about Redstone, I Google it. Like this Etho hopper clock is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's named after the guy who made it. He's a YouTuber, Etho, an Etho hopper clock. It's genius. A lot of this system is based off of that, and then I use different impulses and different ways to lock repeaters and use redstone torches to get the signal up so that this will change. And I can change the timing of it depending, because I don't want it to always just be going left, 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 and then you're just going in a circle. You're just defending this one side, and it never will go over there. But I want it, at the same time, I want it to have a chance of going this way, so that you will have to defend again. Because if not, it's just going to go back and forth. Ooh. I do need to add a second crossroad around here, because I made this so that this can go that way, but I want this to be one way. So you actually, no, I don't. I want it to be set up so it can go back this way as well. But I want this in the orange to be more of a uncommon, because if you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, see, it's 4 seconds on that side, 3 seconds on this side, making it less likely for you to be able to get up here and go all the way over. And then that'll send you in here, which you have a chance to go there and bounce back off and go back this way, or you have a chance to go there and bounce back off and go this way, or you have a chance to just go directly this way and there, or go back this way, bounce off this way, and go completely back. It has all these different ways. Thank you, Aiden Likes Games, I appreciate it. It has all these different ways that it can travel, creating the unpredictability. The way that that's going to work is because this right here, these levers are going to be replaced with buttons, meaning when this goes this way, if that's not activated, it's going to go onto a separate track and over back into the corner to the reload system. But if you hit the button in time, it goes that way, bounces off, and it goes back. Ooh, that was actually a nice one. But depending on where it goes, the velocity of it, there are a lot of ways that it can change. Why is it always going this way? There we go. A lot of ways it can change and send back that way and go this way. And then when it goes this way, it can send back this way and go all the way up here and over. Or directly back. And it could take this skip, and you have to block it, and it makes this whole little bit. And I do want to get this set up so that it goes back up this way. What stops you from just holding it down? The fact that it's going to be a button. Where am I looking at? The fact that it's going to be a button. Because even if you're sitting here and you're spamming a button, that piston still fully retracts. Watch, let's test it. If I break that, and I put a, oh shoot, that activates from over here. So if I break this, I put something there, and I set up, where's a minecart? I forgot. Oh, it has to have the little tilt. Meaning I can go here. Cool. So start that there, going back and forth. And then if I replace it with a button, and I spam click it, yes, exactly, Denali. Since it needs that solid blocks to bounce back. I'm going to have to problem solve that at a later time. It could be that I end up using a delay in the repeater. Nope, that delay just splits it, which is not ideal. There's a lot of room for improvement and a lot of things I can change, but this is just, technically it's version 2 because I'm actually fully developing it, and there are a lot of ways that I can change it. So I'm gonna set it up on the curve here. Man, I wish that you could have powered rails on a corner. There's got to be a mod somewhere that someone's built. You can't do turns on a corner either. Turn, and then I'll power this like so. Bring it up and around over here, so then it comes back down. And then this should probably be powered. Oh, but I can't do that. I can't power that there. What if I go like this? Does that... So this should still work. Yes, good. And then I need another one there. Should still work. Beautiful. So then this should have enough momentum. Send it up and all the way back around. So I do need to fix that. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm overlooking the obvious here. I can just roll it directly into a block and send it directly back. Or powered rails can't rotate. Gosh dang it. Did I watch the Minecraft movie? Yes. And goes directly... This might be too many blocks in a row that are unpowered. Let's see. Oh, so close. Okay, so I need to power this. Does that ruin it? No, it does not. I'm seeing it move. Wiggle. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. It goes there, bounces back. Nice, but does that obstruct your view? Oh, man. Can you put rails on glass? I'm pretty sure you can't. But I'm going to check anyway, because that would be very nice. You can! Does that even help? Ooh, that does help. I'm going to do that over here. Nice. So then there's both of those. Or do you need to be even higher up? There is potential that I just raise up this whole platform you stand on by a significant amount. And use observers. Ooh! What if I just send 1 tick pulses? You just can't power... Okay. I may bring this whole thing up and use 1 tick pulses for the buttons, and then extend the 1 tick pulse of the observer so that it will maintain the length. Okay, but I'm actually very happy with this, so then I need to send it... Ooh. Okay. So if I go, I need my purple. So I go directly this way. This creates another T. I will have to power this. And there's redstone. That sucks. That doesn't suck. It's unfortunate. I could power that from over here, and there's more redstone. Nice. Okay, this corner should work. Cool. So now that that's powered, this is what I want to change, and I want to make it so it mainly goes this way, kind of like what I did over here. I might actually be able to just take that signal and bring it over here, essentially. Ooh, that's ideal. Wait a minute, I'm spacing it out. Yep, there we go. Redstone torch. Bam. Bam. That might not fly. No, it does. Perfect. Oh, but I need to rotate it. And then that won't power that because it's a... Or I can take it off from over here, grab some redstone, wire it back. Nice. So theoretically, how long have I been playing Minecraft? 9 years. So most of the time it'll send you this way, but there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay. So there's 2 seconds where you have an opportunity to go to this way, and there's 5 seconds where you can just go straight and do this whole thing and potentially get bounced back. It's all that, but is that... Okay, cool. So that is staggered, so it's not just bam, bam, that switches, and then that switches. Nice. I am actually very happy with that. But then I feel like since this can run directly in, has a chance to run directly into it, I feel like that this should be set up... Wait a minute, that's what I just did set up. What am I doing? Please don't mess everything up. Nice. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, great. I think that's the course setup. I do need to make it look nice now because there's a lot of empty space. And if you ever look at pinball anything, there's a lot of color, there's a lot of lights. I don't want to do any flashing lights because I do have a degree of photosensitivity, which is not ideal. But, ooh, I forget there's the blue one, the oxidized. The changes they've been making. I feel like if you can keep up with the changes they're making, then they're good. I feel like if you are there for a game that you don't want to change and you don't want to keep up with it, it's like technology. If I like a Samsung 21 whatever, and I stay with that for years and years, and I don't research any new ones, and I don't keep up with it, and then all of a sudden it breaks and it's time to upgrade, and then it's I don't know, they'll probably be 24 by then, Samsung S24, 2 or 3 generations above that, and technology has advanced so much, and if I haven't been reading the news, keeping up with it, seeing what changes they've made to the phone, then it's going to be really hard to adjust to. But I've played Minecraft for 9 years, and I've kept up with it, so when they've made these changes, I was prepared for them. Because then it's not all of a sudden, oh wow, I can't do, they haven't removed a lot from the game, but it's like comparing, it's essentially just keeping up with the cutting edge of whatever's going on. And if you do that, it's not that difficult. Did I just mess everything up with that? I don't want to... Wait, I could probably throw some sea lanterns and frog lights in there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man, I completely forgot about the middle part. I did want there to be a chance where it could just go straight down the middle, because if you've played pinball before, then you know there's a chance for you to just go straight down the middle. There's no defending it, because if not, there's a chance for you to just continue going. So, actually, that's not a good combo. I want to... I'll do this later. I need to figure out how I want to send it down the middle. What happens if I put this there? I just broke everything. Please unbreak. Oh. Yay. Yay. What if I put a... powered rail there? I'm not sure how I want to set this up so that it can go straight down the middle, like the sea lanterns more. Yeah. Later. How do I want to send this directly down the middle? I'm probably going to underline it with red concrete. Why did I... Because... Okay, so this one doesn't change. That could be how I do it. Oh, that's off by 1. Okay, so that's how that's set up, and I do need to change this to purple. Because I'm pretty sure that... What did I ruin here? What's up, Asvab? Welcome back. I'm working on pinball again, amongst other various mini games. Why'd I get rid of the red concrete? Pinball. You might remember I was doing it a long time ago. Okay, so I essentially just made it so that this has the center. And I feel like what I should do is flip it this way. I also actually want to make it a gradient from the purple to the red, because that stark change looks terrible. Oh, thank you. That seems about right. No, it doesn't. Or do I just go to purple terracotta, then a magenta, then to pink, then to red terracotta? Or do I have to... I'm not sure about that. Use yellow? But the yellow from the... You'd have to transition from purple to yellow. What if I use wool? And then that turns into that. No, it would turn into this. Just turn into that. Which could then turn directly into red concrete. That kind of works. We're calling it good. I'm not a builder. So, I want to set this up so that there's a chance for it to flip and go this way. But I want that chance to be way lower than anything else that I've done on this so far, because I don't want it to just be, oh yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then there's a 50% chance it just gets put directly down the middle. Okay, so that there is possible without messing anything up. And that does the whole thing. Nice. Okay. So. Oh. That's going to make this significantly more difficult. Yeah, that's going to be... an issue. Okay, maybe I could set it up right here to turn off to here or to here. Oh, that's such an issue. Because then I could run it to there and to there. Wait, then I'd have to make two separate turns, because that would be able to put it from here onto there, but it wouldn't be able to go from onto there onto here. Oy. Okay. I had to go think. What if I... Oh, that's where that's powered. Because there's a signal there. Shoot. Yeah. No. I turned my mic off. I had to walk around for a minute. Get blood flowing to my brain. Okay. So I need this to happen. This right here. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. Did I really just forget that melody? I'm sorry, that's stuck in my head right now, and I can't sing it because I'm streaming and I'll get copyrighted. Because that's how I'm inverting the pulse to the... I'm pondering deeply at the moment. Okay, what if it's right there? And we have one there and one there. Let's see what the underside's looking like. Okay, I think I can make this work. Because I can route this to over here. And I could route that from over here. That has to be a double repeater because that'll power that. There we go. That should keep. Please work. Three, four, five. 3, 4, 5. Why is it not? That's because this is here powering that. So I need to turn this into this, and that and that. Ah, shucks. Am I going to test it tomorrow? Kind of, potentially today. It's probably going to come out as a video. Because I really need people to watch my long form content. Why is it not flipping anymore? Okay, so it can't have anything there. Shoot. Thank you. It'll probably actually take me a few days to get the video out because I'm going to have to finish this and then I'm going to have to record all of this. So it'll probably be a few days. Oh, hi, Bob. Okay, so how am I going to... Okay, so then that works, and then I can just run it directly down. So you have to watch as it goes up and then back down into it. That's kind of diabolical. And that should switch. Did that not just work? Okay, so it really just can't have... Okay, great. Great. This is really creating quite a pickle of a... Did I just... Okay. Quite a pickle of a situation. So I'm going to have to do that over here. And make it... go way up. Because then that still goes. And then can I power it like that? Or does that wreck that? That does. Nice. My goodness. Wait a minute. You can power it from the one side and it'll power all the rest. And then, even though that's powered, that'll switch. Yes. And then this... Shoot, because that's where I'm using that for that. But then if I run that back over... Ooh, got it. And then that should still work, which would allow me to... Please work still, please work still. Okay. Thank goodness. Okay, so then this part right here... So I just need to mess with this part, and then I don't have to worry about any of it. Any of that. Or I could run it back over here. So it's from either from here. Nope, because that's where that is. So I'd have to run it all the way back over here, which could mess up that. I'm just not gonna... Hi, Peyton. Hi, Unknown. I am making a pinball machine in Minecraft without commands, using minecarts, and losing my mind. Okay. Wait, that actually can't go there. It can go right here to that or to that. But then that messes that up. It does mess that up. So then it could go right here to that or to that. But that messes that up. You've seen my growth. Have grown quite a bit, actually. Okay, so that turns... Wait, because that's right there, so I can't do that. So, but could I do it here? No, I cannot. I'm trying to cram so much redstone. Yay! I'm trying to cram so much redstone into such a small space. What if I do it there? No, because then I'd have to change those. Okay. Thank you for your subscription, Unknown. Have a blessed day. So I really just need this right here. And I can work with this. Hopefully. Bam. Every time I mess up one thing. Oh, nice, MC. Maced MC. Every time I do one thing, I have to check and make sure that it hasn't messed up the entire system. Because it's so fragile. Fragile. I know that's not how it's pronounced. At the same time, it's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Okay, so it's just barely gonna switch that. Did I really just do the whole thing, switching the wrong one? Oh my goodness. I am curious. Is it an observer and some TNT under a tree log? Because that's an OG trap. I need that to happen, but in order for that, because this powers... Is this powering nothing? Why do I have it set up like that? Because that inverts that and changes the whole course of everything. I need that to not be there. I need it to be right here. But then I'd have to move that over. I'm not going to move that over. Let me know, guys. Do you think this is going to be hard enough as is? Because I kind of feel like it's going to be too easy, which is why I want to add in this variable and this factor. So that it's more difficult for people. Okay, I think I might finish this off stream. Actually, if I'm working on it, I might as well just turn on the camera. Doesn't make much of a difference. Nope, because I need ways for it to turn into... Actually, And then if I put does it even work? It doesn't because that corner is right there. How do I want to do this? The answer is right here. I'm switching that up 1, and that is the solution because I'm gonna make it turn. I'm gonna make the turntables turn right here. I'm off by 1. Right here. And it's going to come out here, and I'll probably make it wool. And I'm going to do the gradient now. Because then it doesn't have to go from purple to red. And then it turns into that. And then it starts to go down. And then it turns completely red. And it's right there. Because then there's already a small... Actually, does that ruin... No, that works. Because pinball machines, if you've ever played pinball before, you know they have all these little spiral spots and spots where it'll go in a circle and it'll be this whole little thing. So there's a chance for it to go back up here, but I do want to... That does ruin that. That does not ruin that. Nice. So then it goes from that to yellow to red, orange to red to yellow, and then it has this whole little dip spot. So what I'm going to do is this. Running a signal into this block directly is going to be what changes it, because you guys can't see that in the corner. What does is flip around. So all I'm going to need to do is switch the signals and run it up. But that is just a moment of that, so I want to pull from over here. Run it up here. And that controls how that gets set up. So every time that's lit, it does. Oh. Cool. So that's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay. I want to flip this around. I want to flip the signal straight. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Actually, no, I want to... One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, I need to change it so that it goes bazinga. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I do need to... I actually need to... I want to lock it before. So I want to create... I don't want to create more delay, because if I create more delay, then that won't... If I do this, one, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think that's been done. So now what I need to do is I need to set up the running section. You might be like, Hammer Strike, what the heck is the running section? Well, the running section is how you're going to launch the ball, aka the minecart. Because you are going to be running on pressure plates. To get it to go, you're going to be running and activating the minecart track. I just realized that powered rails carry signal. So in order to do this, I need this to turn. So in order to do this, I would create something along the lines of this, that would power that block. Which would turn off the signal. But I need the signal on, so that powers that, which powers that, powers this, which turns that off, which then I will run down this way. Shoot, but that doesn't work. Actually, they power one block down. Or not. They power that. Okay, and getting that turned off. Can't do that. Means I can run a signal down there. So I need to inverse it again. Dang it. How do I want to do this? I want to make it so that as you run, the minecart starts too. So you're running off over here, launching the minecart, and then running back over here to press the buttons as you need to. Am I really overlooking one of the most simple things that I can be right now? I'm pretty sure I can't put a pressure plate on a piston. Since when? And then I just go like that, guys. So that'll make the minecart run. Cool. And then the speed at which it will work will be dependent on how quickly you run and your timing of it all. And then I'll make a third one. That's actually so simple that it's funny. Okay, so that's a dead spot. And now I see why it's a dead spot. Because I have a ton of redstone. Yay, redstone. Okay, where can I lever that won't absolutely ruin everything? Hi, Frame Flame. Cool. Guys, I think that's almost it. Oh, the fact that that's not grass under it absolutely ruins the aesthetic. Cool. Go like this. A lot of people left. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then this creates the system so that as you run, it turns on the power. It powers the rails, which creates the effect of, depending on how, because if I just, it immediately gets caught at the next one. So the slower I move, the less momentum the minecart has. So you have to run in order for the minecart to go. And then it launches, it goes, all the different rails, all the different tricks. I'm just going to leave these down and watch it for a bit to see. Okay, so that's a dead spot. How did it die? We're trying again. Okay, it comes out, it launches, it goes. Ooh, it almost hit the death track. Twice. Bounce. Does its little thing. Right here needs power. Shoot, and now I see why it's not powered. I would like to get away with this. Cringes so hard. Uppies. There we go. My wildflower clutch. Thank you. Do all these still change? Yes, they do. But this creates even more difficulty with that there, because you can't see. Which makes me want to switch all of this to glass. Absolute success, which means you can kind of see, but you can't really. All right, let's try this. I'm so glad to see this come together. I've worked so many hours on this that it's actually crazy. Yes, pinball. So if you run, I might start it back here. No, because you need a running space. Yes, exactly. Nothing will change that. So if you run, the faster you run, the more quickly that comes out. Sometimes it'll go directly at you, bounce off, whole thing. I do have this set up to block right now, just because I need to test and make sure there are no dead spots. Ooh, that's unlucky. That's the death track. But I do need to make it so that the death track runs back into this somehow. Runs back to this. And the way that I'm going to do that is going to be because I'm going to run it and it's going to drop. Thank you. I want to run... See, it's so tightly confined in here. I need to drop it from above 2. From 2 up. Like that. So that when I drop it, it'll roll just directly off. And then if I stack them, and then run it, how does that perform? Okay, so that goes down powering, which means I'll need to have wait, I need to raise this up by 1. Slams directly into there, which means that's not powered. My goodness. Okay, run it up there. And then I need to set this up so it runs into that. Runs into that. So we have 3 of them, right? What is happening? Where are they going? I'm having minecarts disappear. Wait, so they don't stack if they're on powered rails? Welcome back, Asvab. They don't stack on powered. Why aren't they stacking? They should be stacking. Okay, so they only stack if rails are there, which creates the issue. Actually, that's not an issue. What happens if I push? What if I set up a sticky piston to push? How is that powered? Hi, Random Edits Roblox. How is this powered? It pushes both of them. What if I serve it on a slab? The top line. But how? How? That is... the top line, but how it's adjacent to it. How is that powering that? They're not even... That's actually going to drive me nuts. Unless... this is back here. It's back here. And then if I run them off here just to see. Run 3. 3. And then if I put this here and a piston there, and then I run the piston, make the piston push the minecarts on the side. Well, I'm trying to think about how I'm going to run it from down there back into there. And I want to be able to run it up so that they fall and stack on each other. How are those? Okay, 2, 3. So say they're stacked like that. I'd have blocks on the side here. So they can't turn. They run straight into there. 2, 3. And then if I power this piston, which one? Will it push one or will it push more than one onto the track? Oh my gosh, it's perfect, guys. Because it'll push one onto the track and then it'll come up, it'll hit that, and it'll stop because that's unpowered. Meaning that when you do this, it'll run and it'll send them all. It'll send one at a time. But you will have 3. That's actually a perfect minecart dispenser. Does it work again? Oh, it does. Go for 3. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. If I go like that, if I go like this, wait. Yeah. Shove the minecarts off. 2, 3. I'm going to put a button here because realistically I'm probably going to send some kind of 1-tick pulse at it. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy with that. I'm so unbelievably happy with that. And then when you run, shoot. So that has to have that there. So there needs to be a block here, meaning that I have to Would this work though? Cool, so it stops. And now... Oh, yeah! Let's go! I am so happy with that. The odds of that happening are actually so low. And it just going straight down the middle like that, that is improbable. I should probably tweak this. Because at the moment it's almost 50-50. Oh my goodness. I am so unbelievably happy with that. What time is it? Holy cow, I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I am going to take a break soon. And then there are 3 minecarts there. Press the 1. It's dispensed. Do the little run. And then you're running to try to get back. And you'd already have to bounce it off once. You're seeing all the times that you would have had to bounce it off. Probably 3-4 times already. Oh, 5. Six, bounce. 7. Okay, it's stuck on this side though. That's the issue right here. Because it runs back over here and it comes down. And since it's so improbable to get over, it's difficult to get over here. Then when it comes and runs back down over here, it comes and it hits. Oh, there it would have gone. Straight down the middle. And I'm going to wire it so that it runs back up here and stacks. And then that'll send the 1-tick pulse. Hi Tyas, welcome to stream. The 1-tick pulse. And then you can run it again and it'll launch. So in order to make it so that it's equally as difficult to get on this side, because there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, it's 4 and 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, so it's 7. And this side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to invert the signal. Meaning I need to run it directly. But then if I invert this signal, it'll flip that. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Jesus loves you too, Mark Willems. Welcome to stream. I'm Hammerstrike. I enjoy playing Minecraft and sharing the love of Jesus. That actually makes me very happy that you said that. Jesus loves you too. But getting distracted with this. Okay, so let's give it another run. I should wire it. Oh yeah. Hi, bad YouTube channel 1. need to funnel it all into one, which should not be that difficult. How's my day been? My day's been good. I've been working very hard. I need to turn this, which means I need to bring it up one. Can I minecart even? Oh, it can. And turn it this way. Now that that's been turned this way, it can't turn up, so it should turn. Why? I will put the glass on the roof. It's just very difficult to right now, and I've been debating whether today. I probably will. I've been on this for almost an hour and 45 minutes. I'm gonna need a break soon, and that's most likely when I'm gonna make Pillars of Fortune. So this comes down there, that. Cool. This hits here, rubs off there. And then I'm faced with that same issue. Okay, so this puts that onto there. This puts that onto there. And this, oh, I could just run it straight. And this puts that the wrong way. Cool. So now that sends it down, and then let's start sending it back up immediately. Can't turn and go up at the same time. And then I'm going to have it turn, then go up. I'm actually going to have it go up more. Then turn. And run directly into this. Cool. Let's test it. Run a cart. Well, thank you, Mark Willems. I appreciate it. Comes down. Yep, nice. And then if I run a signal into the piston, where's some redstone? There's some redstone. I need to periodically run the signal into the piston. Wait a minute. Is that what detectors rails are for? Oh, it is. And you believe it now too? Wow. Thank you. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna go one, 2, and then the third one's already there. So now, if I cover this back up, put the glass back, and I run like a maniac, that launches it. Ooh, that really lost its momentum. I think that's because I didn't do a good job running. Let's send this back this way. Comes down. That goes up there. Yes, and that, yes! Terrific! Let's go! Wait, I can lift this all up by 1 because you can send pressure plates through the blocks, and that will make it a lot easier to get back around over to here. Half of these pressure plates are for show, but no one's going to know that. No one but us. Okay. You can see it's loaded on there. Run, 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 run. Launch the minecart. Why is this not working? So that's interesting that that's happening. How exactly? Okay, send it back around. This should work. I'm taking a break after this, by the way. Cool. That stays there. Now, I actually am going to put just a little glass here just for the moment. It's probably going to stay there, but when this is complete, it's going to stay there. I just need a way to run back. What's my favorite animal? Argentine black and white tegus. Albino het. Not albino het. Ice het. Run, 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 run. Go. Come back over here. Okay, so I need... What? How is this occurring? Why is this... Okay, so I need to leave that like that? Let's see. That's a long name. Okay, so 2 of the 3 of these... Okay, so they have to be... The sides of it has to be exposed. Let's try again. Essentially, it's just a big lizard that I think is really cool. How is this occurring? Ah, that middle block. How is this happening? Okay, so this powers this. But how is it powering itself? There's nothing for it to run back up to on. See, why is this one working, but this one's not? Is that because there's a block right here? Okay, so this one works now. I think it's because this is right here, but it has to be right there. Yeah, it's because that's there. But I can't afford to move that block. So what if I do something dumb and I shift it? That might be incredibly sketchy. Wait, I gotta make sure there's nothing it's gonna pull on that glass. Should be it. Let's see. That broke so many rails. I like the way this looks like a fish. Bam. Now I need redstone. Nothing's broken. Okay, so let's test this again. Let's send it back around. Cool, it stops there. Nice, nice. Only issue, there's a piston out here, which is aesthetically annoying. Why don't I just do it on the other side? What am I doing? Works the same way. That still looks better. Run, 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 run. Okay. Yeah, I really should be taking a break. It's been almost 2 hours. Okay, that runs like that. That goes to there. I'm running, and I'm testing this, and then we're done. Run, 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 run. Minecart goes, bounce. But you have to get back there in time, and then it goes bounce. And then it goes. Right, it goes up and over and down the death track. I really need to change the probability of that, but I'm not doing that at the moment. Alright. I have streamed for 1 hour and 55 minutes. I will catch you on the next one. Have a blessed day or night depending on where you are.